Hi and welcome to Modeliste-Creative. I'm Nicola Chadwick. Thanks so much for taking the time to watch this short technique video. If you like what you see and want to keep up to date with all the other short technique videos I'm going to produce, then please subscribe to my channel. Today we're going to have a look at the measurement and the application of fold-over elastic. So let's take a look. We need to make sure that the length of the elastic is cut to the correct measurement to apply back to the fabric. Now there are lots of different methods for doing this. I find, personally for myself, I measure my fabric, and this sample piece is 31 centimetres. And I times that measurement by 0.75. So in this instance that gives me 23.25 centimetres. It's a good starting point and we can adjust it if we feel we need to. I then measured 2 centimetres and then 23.25 and then an additional 2 centimetres and cut it there. Useful at this point to pop a pin in 2 centimetres in, and you'll see why we do that when we go to the sewing phase. When you proceed to apply the fold-over elastic to the fabric, you're going to encounter a couple of scenarios here. You're either going to be attaching it to a closed circle, so for example a waistline that's already seamed, or you're going to be attaching it to just a flat edge, for example a leg edge that hasn't had the gusset applied. So I have a technique for seaming my fold-over elastic that I'd like to show you. What I do is I have a piece of fabric here, just a piece of cotton, and I call it a platform, and I put the fold edge there. I'm just going to stitch down, get a little bit closer. And as I get closer, I'm going to make sure that I take the correct seam allowance on my fold-over elastic. Whatever I've allowed for, I generally allow for 2 centimetres on the end, just so that I've got something to grip onto and work with. And I'm going to butt that fold-over elastic right sides together, both edges, to the fabric that I've folded, and I'm just going to back tack there. So that allows me just something there to stop it from dragging itself down into the feed dogs. And hopefully once you've stitched it, it's perfectly aligned and nice and straight. I'm then going to just snip off the excess seam allowance so that there's no bulk inside there, and then that would be ready to attach in the same way that we're going to attach the elastic that we're going to apply to this straight edge. So let's have a look at applying the elastic. I'm going to take the fabric, I've got my 2 centimetres here, and put the wrong side of the fabric to the wrong side of the fold-over elastic. I'm choosing the shiny side to be the outside. Just take my pin out, which marked my 2 centimetres, and again I've got my little platform to allow me to stitch. Now this time I need to, just going to pop it under the machine for a second to hold it in place. I need to adjust my machine stitch. Now most machines have a zigzag stitch or a 3-step zigzag stitch. I'm going to pop mine on a 3-step zigzag stitch, and I'm going to choose a stitch width of 4 and a stitch length of 2. I'm going to start by pulling the elastic to meet the first pin of the fabric to the first pin of the elastic, and just hold that. Oops, let it go a little bit there. Making sure that the edge of the fabric is to the right to the fold of the fold over elastic. Pull again so that it meets. And again, next pin. Take the pins out as you go along. And then when I get to the end, I'm just going to pull that again, take the pins out, match those up, and pull. So I'm confident that I've matched all the pins and that my elastication is evenly distributed. Just going to back tack there and stitch off on my platform. That just allows me something to grip onto. Now I'm going to fold the fold over elastic on its edge, there on its little fold line, so that I can see the right side of the fold over elastic. And again, my platform is very handy. Pop it under, start on my platform, back tack on there, and fold over, and just, you don't need to pull too much, just gently. And continue to stitch until Thank you so much for watching my video, and I hope you found the technique for applying fold over elastic to edges useful. If you'd like to be updated on more of our useful technique videos, then please subscribe to our channel, and if you do, I'll see you soon. Thank you and bye.